Hey, good morning, and welcome to Swahili Sunday. Here we are, another wonderful Sunday, and I am coming to you live from Irvine, California. And if you're listening after the fact, thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you joining in. In a little bit, Leila is going to get on and give us an update about what's going on in Kenya. And in the meantime, I'll share a couple of things. Actually, you can kind of see the fabrics here. This is a one-of-a-kind table runner set. You can see it on the website. I thought I'd just drape it here. This fabric's really beautiful. And this is our dog bandana in the swirl pattern. I forget what I called it, but we're going to get more of these table runners in this because I had one set of these and it sold really quickly. So I'll be getting some more table runners and probably some pillows in this pattern. This has been a popular pattern. A lot of people have asked for it. So we'll be making some more of those. This is a beautiful color. And we have another set that's a really beautiful color that we'll be displaying at some of our events. This one's not, I don't think I have this one online. If you like this one, you can PM me about it. Or just send an email to Eldana at Baskets and Beads Kenya. It's a table runner for placemats and for napkins. And it's a really, really pretty set. So we're doing some of those, getting ready for Christmas. Anyway, so those are available. Going to be getting some more of those real soon. As always, we have paper beads. Got my paper beads. Love my paper beads. So you can get some of those as well. There's a lot of great Christmas gifts that give back, basically. Anything you purchase from Baskets Beads Kenya. People asked me, I was at an event yesterday and I got, how much of the percentage goes back to them? I always like to explain this because people don't understand. I haven't taken the products from them and I'm waiting to sell that and then send money back to them. I've already paid for the products up front. They've realized the benefit up front. They set the prices. That's a fair price for them in Kenya. Obviously, it's not going to be US prices. It's going to be Kenya prices based on their economy there. And then I resell and reinvest in the business and buy more products from them. That's the way it works. So they realize the benefits. So like this bracelet that I bought, these products you see here, they've already been purchased by Baskets and Beads, and we're reselling to give the opportunity to be able to place more orders and buy more. So if you have it in your area, if you have any fair trade shops that might be interested in doing some wholesale business, or maybe your church would like me to come and speak and share the story, please get in touch with me at Eldana at basketsandbeadskenya.com. I don't think I have my email on the banner, but it's simple to email me at Eldana at basketsandbeadskenya.com. I'm happy to come and speak and share the story, and I always bring products. If you're in the local area, there's a lot of events coming up that will be exhibiting at. So I'm looking forward to having people see the products live. So if you're in the local area, local to Southern California, for instance, this coming Friday, the 15th, there is a women's night out. It's at Calvary Chapel, Anaheim, and Baskets and Beads will have a booth there. So if you're going to that event, please stop by. Please support the ladies in Kenya. I want to be able to place another good size order with them to go into the holidays. So if you want to give a gift that gives back, consider Baskets and Beads. So I thought about the Swahili word for the day. The Swahili word for the day is mbwa. I think that's the proper way of saying it. It means dog. Why am I bringing that up? Well, I have a new puppy, many of you may know, and I have she's in a picture with me modeling one of the bandanas. She's still small enough to where one of these small bandanas fits her. And even she's moving towards the medium, but she's a Malinois Shepherd, and she can still wear this one. Her neck's small enough. So she's been under the weather for a couple of days. She hasn't been feeling good. I don't know if she's got the flu or got some parasite. I took her to the vet. They gave her some fluids because she wasn't drinking water. Well, I think she's starting to feel better because she's gone back into psycho puppy mode. I forgot to close the door. I have to keep the cats separate. She keeps wanting to chew on them. She thinks the cats are chew toys. I don't understand this. The cats are not chew toys. And I'm praying that one day that calms down and they get along. But every time she sees them, she starts like chewing on them like they're chew toys, and they don't like to be chewed on. And I forgot to close the bedroom door because I keep them separated. The cats stay in the bedroom during the day, and then I swap them around, and the cats have the run of the house at night. And then she's out here during the day. Well, I forgot to pull the door shut, and all of a sudden I heard like, oh my gosh. And then she's chasing George down the hall under the couch and getting inside the couch. George is my black cat, and he runs and he gets under the couch. So he's basically almost inside the couch, and she's working hard to get in there, and she's screeching to the high heavens, and I'm sure the neighbors can hear her yelping. And then I hear George growling, and it's that happened 5 minutes before this broadcast. So I had to go and block her off and get George and carry him back up the hall, put him in the bedroom, close the door, and she's chasing, attempting to get him. So that didn't work too good. So that's why I chose dog for the Swahili word for today, because I have one, and she's about almost 4.5 months old. So she's still a puppy. My daughter coined the term for me, psychopaws, or crazy paws. Crazy paws, I think, is the term. And it fits. She can be a crazy paws. The last 2 days, she's been flat out laying around, not feeling well. But I think that she's feeling better now because she's getting back into mischief, which will be good because I'll be able to take her to run, because she hasn't wanted to run or play. But I hear her over there, and I think she's into something. I think I've put everything away that she can chew on, hopefully. And that's what it is with a dog. And why did I get a dog? I got a dog because my son had his dog Gracie, who is our model for our dog bandanas. You can go to basketsandbeadskenya.com and check out the dog bandanas, and you can see Gracie modeling all of those. And Indigo is a smaller version of Gracie. Indigo has her own Instagram page, by the way, Indigo Malinois. And when my son, he had come to stay with me for a few months, and he got Gracie right when he moved in, and he was planning on moving out August or September when the place that he was moving into was ready. And here is little Paws. That's little crazy Paws, Indigo. Hi, babies. I'm hoping you're not coming to tell me that you have to go potties, because I can't take you potties right now. Anyway, so when he moved out, I knew he was like, when he'd go to work every day, and he would let Gracie'd stay here with me, and I got kind of attached. And then when Gracie was going to leave with Jason, my son, I thought, uh-oh, it's going to be a little lonely, because I've had the cats for a long time, but cats aren't like dogs. Dogs are a different type of companion. So I ended up getting one from the next litter, and she's got a lot of energy. But she hadn't been feeling that great anyway. So that's why I decided to choose dog as the Swahili word for today. And she's trying to chew on me. Don't chew on me, Indigo. Don't chew on me. So if you want to go check out her Instagram page, you can go to Indigo Malinois on Instagram and see all of her crazy antics. I will say, while we're waiting for Leila to join, I hope she's going to be joining soon. Okay, Indigo. Okay, so you see, here she is. This is Indigo. I need the kisses. Indigo to give me the kisses. Oh, the kisses. I love her. I love her. She's a puppy. You see how big she is already? She weighs 35 pounds. You want to say hi, Indigo? She's going to have to model the dog bandanas too. I need to put some on her so we can get some pictures of her. Yeah, I know you haven't felt good. So this is my little baby girl, my four-legged child, Indigo. And anyway, as I was getting ready to say, We are still raising funds for food packs. Funding is really low. I put some funding. I've actually taken some of my personal, but I don't have enough to cover it all. So if you have the ability to donate, I would really appreciate a donation to basketsandbeadskenya.org. Can you give me kisses? For that'll help the ladies. We still are not back into sustainability where I'm able to order enough to sustain them. So I made a commitment to make sure that they had food, because like I say every week, they don't have government help. There's no food packs or food stamps, or there's no food pantries or anything for them to go to. If they don't have food, they go to the dumpster or the landfill to pick food scraps, and that's just uncool. So, oh, hey, Bintia, welcome. Bintia is one of our other artisans. She's a fashion designer, and if you're in Fairtrade Long Beach, you can see the skirts. I don't have them online. They're beautiful skirts. You may have seen me wearing some photos of some okay, I can talk, really. You may have seen me in photos wearing a beautiful 3-tiered skirt when I was at the conference last week in Texas. That was made by Bintia, and I have a couple others of those and those styles that are at Fairtrade Long Beach, but also the tunic top that you may see, you've seen me wear. It's blue with embellishment, African print embellishment around the collar. That is made by her also. We have some of those at Fairtrade Long Beach and online at basketsandbeadskenya.com, but they are starting to sell out, so I'm going to have to order some more. She also makes the mini clutches and the clutch purses, and those are really beautiful and fun too. So check that out at basketsandbeadskenya.com. But for our ladies in Kipsongo, we are still raising funds for them, and we are also covering. I lost my sponsor for the 2 school kids, street kids that are paying their school fees. And the sponsor, I don't know what happened to him. He never responded when I asked for him to continue the sponsorship. So I've been struggling to cover both the food pack costs and the sponsorship for the kids in school. And Binti and I were talking, and she's like, oh, well, maybe we should just send them back to their parents. So that's not an option. If we send them back to their parents, they're going to end up on the streets, because that's where they were. The one kid mother is kind of, I don't know, she was staying at some house and had some crazy men coming around. And so I just don't want the kids to go back into that. So if you have the ability, any means, even $5 a month or $10. I mean, right now I need to raise about $1,200 to cover the food packs and the fees, the school kids' fees. So if you have that, you can select which thing you want to do. We're really low. I've covered the costs, actually, some out of the foundation account, but some out of my own pocket. And I don't have the resources to continue to do that. So we would just really appreciate any help. Hey, Cecilia, thanks for joining. And let me just see if Leila's going to be joining us to share about what's going on with the ladies. I'm waiting for her to come in. Sometimes her internet isn't that great where she is, so hopefully she'll be able to join here shortly. But again, if you want to help, we have 2 street kids. It's about $200 a month to cover their costs, because it's school fees. It's Bintia actually is the person who helps, and she takes care of them when they're out of school. To make sure they have food and make sure they have a place to stay. She personally goes there and picks them up and brings them back. And there's school fare back and forth. And the reason that they're at a school outside of where they live is because there's nowhere for them to run to. So we've had to put them in a school to enable them not to be able to run somewhere and run back to the streets, because that's just a habit. And to break that habit, we had to send them kind of far out away from Kitale where they were living. So they've thrived in school. They're doing well. I got to see both of them when I was there in June. Any amount could help them. And then also we raise about $900 to $1,000 a month to feed over 30 women and 80 kids in the Kipsongo slum. So I've got to raise $1,100 to $1,200 every month, and it's been kind of short. I have some monthly donors, but if you are able to donate anything, I would really appreciate that help. I just can't sit at my table and eat food knowing that either the ladies and their kids aren't taken care of, or these two kids aren't taken care of. I just refuse to let the kids go back to the streets. That's just not an option. They have an opportunity. They're in school. One of them, Alois, he wants to be an engineer. He's interested in engineering. And if he has that kind of a mind, we need to be able to develop that kind of mind. And the other girl, Saumu, she's very shy around me, but I can see in her spirit that she's happy, and I can just tell that she's thankful to be able to go to school, because not every child in Kenya is able to go to school. So it costs money. They have to wear school uniforms. You have to buy supplies. There's tuition fees, and there's the tuition fees include board. So they're boarded there at their schools. So any amount would be appreciated. And that's it. Leila says she's trying to join. Hang on. She's trying to join, but I think she's having some internet troubles right now. I'm making sure that it's not the link that I sent. So stand by to acquire hopefully Leila shortly, because I haven't talked to her in a while, and I'd love to get an update on how the ladies are doing. And she said she was with them the other day, and they send their love and gratitude and thanks for all that has been done here to help them have a better life, to help them to become a community. That these women started out as kind of hesitant. They didn't really know each other. They didn't trust each other. They didn't have the ability to understand about community. We kind of take that for granted here. We go to events. I just came back from an event in Texas, the conference, EDGE conference put on by Syracuse University, the IBMF, which is a veteran program, Institute of Veteran and Military Families program at Syracuse University. It was a great event, had great sales there, and also got some connections. And I'm doing a lot of work in the background. I don't talk about it a lot because it hasn't happened yet, but I'm doing some work in the background. I have some people helping me to get into stores. I have people helping me with running ads, and then my team is helping to work things as we go forward to move this forward, to get it more than simply a little space in a store and online, which, unless you have the right, I guess, sauce, it's hard to get online traction. I'm having a problem getting online traction because Facebook keeps changing the algorithms. So I'm working hard to come up with ideas to make things happen there. And I think wholesale orders are the key. Also, if you are, if you're listening and in your area, you have a place that has a dog boutique that sells dog bandanas. And if you know the owner, that would be great, because it's a lot better to have an introduction than it is to go in there cold. I'd love to get these bandanas into dog boutiques. They come, like, this is a size small, but they come with a hang tag on it, and it has the sizing on the back. So they're ready to go. And I'd love to make connections to some dog boutiques, because I know there's a lot of people I see a lot of people. I've sold several of these, but I'd like the opportunity to move that product into more stores. So if you have any connections to a dog boutique, if you have a dog and you take your dog somewhere to get it groomed, or you go shop at a little boutique store, ask them if they carry bandanas and if they'd be interested, and make a connection, make an introduction, or give me a name, an email of somebody to speak to. that would really be helpful and to help move these products forward. So we have a sewing group. We have a sewing group within our group of ladies, and some of them primarily, like one of our ladies doesn't do bead making. She is a seamstress and does sewing. So these type of things are a different kind of avenue of product that group we're working on promoting. And then, like I've said in the past, all of our ladies make the paper beads, or almost all of them. I think we have 2 ladies that don't do beads. One of the ladies who's a seamstress, and then one of the other ladies doesn't do beads, but she's a great farmer. She knows how to grow things, and she has a lot of chickens. We went to visit her place when I was there in June, and she had a whole bunch of chickens, and she had right outside her little hut, she had a mango tree shading her place. Can you imagine just walking out? Oh, here's a mango. I'll just pick a mango off the tree. And I'm telling you, fruit in Kenya tastes a whole lot better than it does the fruit that we get here, unless you get it homegrown from the farm, where it's not watered down and grown in a hot house or whatever. But it's amazing to actually see. She had that, and then she had some corn growing and some other things growing all around her. So she knows how to farm. So whenever we get the land that we plan on, that's our big vision in the future. Whenever we plan on doing that, we will definitely be using her expertise to plant things and get things going, so they can actually grow some of their own food. That's one way to actually alleviate the hunger problem, is to enable them to be able to grow food on some land. So our big vision, if you don't know that, is to buy a large piece of land. And we've started an NGO. I don't know if it's been, I'm hoping Leila can get on so I can find out about the status of that. We finished all the paperwork. We submitted it. I think it's just waiting for the stamp of approval. An NGO in Kenya. NGO is a non-government organization. It's like a nonprofit here. And the reason we started that in Kenya was the fact that it's a lot easier for an organization in Kenya to buy land in Kenya than it is for like our organization out here to go and buy land there. So we started that primarily for that purpose, because we have the big vision of buying some land, building some real housing to get them out of the huts, building a farm where they can grow their own food and then sell some of it. So that's a stream of income. And then building a little manufacturing facility where they can make the beads and store the products and have more of an organized, right now they're doing everything in their hut. So having a more organized kind of process where they can know how many, and have the supplies on hand and know what they need and be able to store them prior to shipping and be able to process them for shipment in a building, versus having to do it all in their hut and get it to Leila, and then she has to go through and count everything and make sure all the quality's right. If they could do it and come and work and do it right there in their own place, that would be great. I did attempt to rent space there in February 2020, which was the last time I went before June. We had that big gap of COVID, and COVID is still affecting things. Oh, Leila's having problems with her internet, so she might not be able to join. Darn it. Maybe what I'll do, if I can get her on, is to do a recording later and then post it. Yeah, the internet doesn't always cooperate. I've found that oftentimes when I'm there, it's like, okay, internet's not working today. This is great. It's dodgy. Anyway, so that's our big vision, our big goal, to be able to have that opportunity for the ladies. And like I said, when I was there, I attempted to rent space for them to work, and they didn't want to rent space to me because the women were from the Turkana tribe, and they didn't like the Turkana tribe, which was very sad for me. I don't know what to say about that. That just made me very sad. So my thought process on that was like, okay, I'll just buy some land and build something. That, of course, takes a little bit more time. So unfortunately, right now, they are in their own place. And people have told me, oh, they need to be in their own place making stuff. Right. I get that. However, you have to work where you're at, use what you have for the time being. And unfortunately, that's not the case. So anyway, Leila doesn't seem to be able to join right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the broadcast. And if she's able to join, I'm going to just stay in the background and wait. If she's able to join when her internet comes up, then we'll restart so we can get an update. And yeah. So again, if you want to go check out basketsandbeadskenya.com, there's a 10% off coupon you can get right when you log on. A couple of seconds after it, there's a little pop-up and you can get 10% off. And on Fridays, we're starting on our email list something called Fail Friday. Fail Friday is going to be, or it already is, the top 3 to 5 failures that I've come across during the week. Some of them are in my personal life. Some of them are at my job that I do. Most of you know that I'm working a job to pay the business expenses. And some of them are in the business. But every failure has an opportunity for a lesson. So what is that lesson? And I'll be sharing, I may do a quick live on Fridays just to share one of them real quick. And then you can get the rest of them on the email. So Fail Friday is coming to an email very soon. And also, if you'd like to be a guest failer, I guess, if you want to send me a blurb about your fails. Oh, look, Leila's here. Yay. Let me add her in a minute. If you want to be a guest and let me write about one of your fails, send me what the fail is, what happened, what the lesson is, and I'll include it in the newsletter. All right, let's bring Leila on. Let me hide that. And yay!
Hi.
You got on.
Yeah, finally.
Oh my gosh, that internet there drives me crazy.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh my God, it wasn't working, but yeah.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, hugs.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, well, give us an update. I know you were with the ladies the other day. How is everything there?
Yes. Oh, that was really good. I was with them. It was really nice. They were so happy. They just miss you and they were just asking when you're coming back, but they're doing good. Yeah, they were almost all of them. I saw just, I think 3 of them were the ones who were not there, but they're doing good. All of them are healthy. All the kids are healthy. So that's really nice.
How's the COVID restrictions there? Has it been lifted some?
Yes, most of them have been lifted, and it's just the curfew and the mask mandate. That's all. But yeah, now things are back up, so that's good.
Yeah, I have to laugh when they say mask mandate. I think you probably saw the picture of Jason and I at the football game.
Mm-hmm.
There were like 70,000 people there. And you had to wear a mask to go in. So everybody's like this. And as soon as they got in, it was like, I'd say 1 out of 10 people were wearing a mask. People here are so over the mask thing.
At least here we are still wearing the mask. So but most people also have been vaccinated. So that's good.
Oh, that's good. So the vaccines have increased there.
Yes.
Yeah, there's people here who don't want to get it. And I think it's a choice for everybody, but the president issued this executive order, anybody in the government and so my company is a government contractor that I work for, my job. And they sent out a thing saying, okay, you have to get a vaccine. And if you don't, you're going to be terminated unless, you get a waiver. I'm like, whoa, that's serious. So there's a lot of crazy about that going on here. So, the ladies they're healthy, they're happy. They received when did they receive the last food packs? Because I'm trying to get people to donate for more because we're still not out of the woods yet.
Today's it was 29th.
Oh, okay. So they still have enough to last them a few weeks. Yeah. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I heard it like. How's that little Gigi?
Oh, he's doing good. I have to lock the door because once he sees me on the phone, he thinks it's his call, so he takes over the phone. So even now my door is locked because once I open it, that's it. He'll just be like, and he doesn't talk. He'll just be looking at you, and that's it. If anybody tries to come into the picture, he turns. It's like he's turning. He doesn't want people to share the phone.
Oh,
So yeah. But he's doing great. He's talking too much. I think he's talking too much.
oh, oh. Is,
Yeah.
is that driving Samantha crazy? How's she doing?
She is good. She has to hide most of the time whenever she's reading because Gigi is just there talking, talking, talking. So, but she's doing good. She's doing good in school, so that's good.
So we had covered the school fees um,
Mm-hmm.
for one kid, right? And she's in school now.
Yes. Yes. Let me see. Yes, it's Alvin, so it's a
Oh,
boy. He's
okay.
in school. Yeah, I'll even send you. I'll send you the photos. I saw him even the other day. So he's doing, and he performed really good. So that's good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. That's great to hear
Mm-hmm.
because it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, explain a little bit because, like, here in the U.S., people go to school, and yeah, there's sometimes expenses and stuff, but like we have things that you can get government help for and stuff. So, like, if they don't have the school fees, they don't go to school, right?
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't have the school fees, you don't go to school. If even the requirements, if you don't have the whole requirements that they need, they send you home.
What
So
is that
that's
like?
the one thing.
Uniforms and all the supplies you have to bring and stuff?
Yes, yes. Because before you get into the gate, like there's always a teacher at the gate. So when you are reporting back to school, they have a list. So they go through pencil, you have to show them, like they have to mark every requirement. So if you're missing one, you just go back.
Oh, wow. They're
Yeah.
serious. We don't have that here. I don't know.
So
That's crazy. Maybe at a private school or something. But the only thing that I remember that there was a teacher that stood out of the school, and the only thing she was looking for was because we don't, unless you go to a school that has uniforms, all of our schools don't require school uniforms. And I kind of wish in a way that they did because the kids get picked on for what they wear and stuff. Well, so this teacher would stand outside from the school and look for dress code violations, and she would send them home. That's the only thing they were looking for. That was she was known for that. If you your top it's too doesn't cover enough. Oh, your skirt's too short. You mostly the girls. Yeah, turn, go home, go put something else on. Yeah. But we don't
yeah.
have the like, oh, you don't have your notebook, you have to go home. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Jacqueline was really happy and grateful. She was, I had to tell her it's okay. She was really grateful because, now for her, that's the first son. Like, that's the first child of hers to go to high school. So, she was like, we thought that dream was dead. So for her, it was like, my son is in high school. Like, she was really happy and really grateful. And I even told her, I just encouraged her and told her, your son will finish and even go to university. Because, people in Kipsongo, that doesn't happen. So for her, this is it's just God. It's really great. And I
Yeah,
was I was like,
and that's why I was like, before you got on, I was asking because like the two other kids
yeah.
that I work with Bintia, it's been hard because the donations have fallen off, and I don't know if people are just they're doing other things are opening up and people are just not paying attention. But it's like, to have that opportunity to go to school, like Alois is the one kid, he wants to be an engineer, and who knows what else, maybe what he wants to be. They had, without school, there's not that opportunity for them to be able to do that. And it's just warms my heart that, in the interim, when we're trying to build back to where they have the actual income to send them to school, we can help until that time. Because, our foundation for this is a hand up, not a handout. But when there's no orders and there's not enough product being purchased, they don't have any way to earn income. So anybody listening, we're just really grateful for any of your donations that help send these kids to school. And I'm just grateful too. And I just got to tell them how much I miss them. I just think of them all the time and praying for them. And I just want to come back again.
Yeah.
Like forever that it's only been June, but it seems like so long ago already.
Yeah, it seems like last year.
I know. No, gosh. Well, so this is the Swahili word I chose for today.
Yeah.
Is it mbwa?
Yeah, mbwa.
Mbwa. Yeah, so, crazy paws. That's why I chose that, because and it's too quiet. I don't know if I hope she's sleeping. She hasn't been feeling very good. So, yeah. So you see what I have hanging here? I have, wait.
Ooh.
I got the dog bandana.
Nice.
This is the set that sold the table runner set.
Table runners.
A lot of people are looking at it. So we're going to order some more of these. We'll talk about that after we're done, because Christmas is coming, and I think some of these are going to sell really nicely. So yeah, and I made a little hang tag.
Ooh, nice.
And then it's got the size.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So that's I've got a little plan to actually sell more of those, but several of them have sold. I've sold a few. So mostly when I'm out at events. So like I said, everybody, if you have a dog, you got to go to basketsandbeadskenya.com and get yourself a doggy bandana. It's made out of beautiful fabrics. And you guys, I was explaining how when we went to the fabric store in Eastleigh, and my eyes got about this big because I like, oh my gosh, look at all these beautiful colors. How am I going to choose? You were like, calm down, it's all right. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, there's so many. I just love the fabrics. I just love fabric. So I love it. It's great. That's a great place. Yeah. I want this and this and this. So when are you going to see the ladies again? Are they meeting again now? Are they able to meet yet?
Not yet.
No, still no.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that must be hard.
Yeah, that's still hard because those restrictions are still up. So.
So no gathering and all that. Yeah. Well, they luckily we don't have that. It was one conference I was supposed to go to canceled. The actual person who was doing the conference, his family got COVID, so they weren't able to do it. But I went to the other one, and it 400 people. It was, and that interestingly enough, that conference was the last one I went to right before COVID started. So it was nice to be able to see people face to face. I got to see one of my friends that I hadn't seen in I don't know how long, since before COVID, like actually not have to see on Zoom. It was it was very good. Well, is there anything about like when those restrictions might be lifted for gathering? Is there like a date set for them to review that?
No, we've been given another 60 days, so
Oh,
So we're just waiting.
has tourism picked up at all, or is it still, you know? No. Yeah, it's people, if you can't really gather or whatever, people are come. And that if for anybody listening, that's been $1 billion hit to the travel industry there, because a lot of the money coming in to Kenya from outside sources is from travel. So travel has significantly been impacted. I'm sure there's no safaris going on, and you know, when we went to Diani Beach, like all those places that were closed, and it's sad to know that some of them probably won't open again. So yeah. You have any other updates there? Anything else going on?
Not really. Not really.
Well, it's just great to see you and hear about the ladies, and we'll talk more after we get off here. But yeah. So again, anybody, because we are still, you know, they're still under restriction there, so they can't sell in the markets there, right? They can't. The markets are still closed like that. Do they have the outdoor markets? Are they able?
No, the outdoor markets are open, but for them they sell on the streets. So selling on the street is the problem.
Yeah, so they can't really do that. So they're not earning any income there, and because we haven't been able to order much, they're not earning any income here. So that's why we need people to continue to donate. So again, go to basketsandbeadskenya.org. It's going across the bottom of the screen, and you can select either school fees or food packs, and we definitely need money for both, because the school fees are going to come due again. How long does that, for Alvin, how long does that cover him?
It covers until December.
Yeah. So, and then they have a break, and then they go back in January.
Yes.
So yeah, so the school fees are going to come up again, and we want to make sure that we can keep him in school, and then our other two kids, and food packs. So that's about $1,300 a month, roughly $1,200, roughly around there. So yeah, any amount would help. basketsandbeadskenya.org. Appreciate everybody who's donated. If you have a Rotary Club, because a lot of I've had the Rotary Club of Temecula has made a couple of donations. But if you're listening and you're part of a Rotary Club, connect me. I'll come and speak and share the story. And you know, usually when I share at a Rotary Club or a Kiwanis or an organization like that, they'll give a little donation. Or if you want me to speak to your group about something else and you don't have a budget for speaking, what I usually do is ask you to make a tax deductible donation to the nonprofit, and that's a lot less than my speaking fee. So I do that for some groups, so you can contact me about that too. Eldana@basketsandbeadskenya.com. So until next Sunday, we will see you soon.
Kwaheri.
Nakupita.